Now, in this course, we're going to be exploring sacred geometry, but you might be wondering, what is sacred geometry anyway? And this is actually a very difficult question to answer. It's akin to asking, what is the meaning of the universe, or what is the meaning of life? These are giant questions, but let me take a stab at it. Sacred geometry is the study of the qualitative aspects of geometry. And this is different than the quantitative aspects that you may have learned in school. You see, geometry can be used to explore the inner world as well as the outer. And in that regard, it's really amazing and unique. Geometry is the universal language. When you think about it, if there was an alien intelligence, how would we communicate with it? We couldn't use language. They wouldn't know our languages. We couldn't really use mathematical symbols because symbols are abstract and particular to the culture that they're in. We'd have to use geometry because it's a universal language, a universal means of expression. And as such, geometry is very close to the idea of truth with a capital T. And this is really refreshing in this age of post-truth, to reconnect with what is real and what is true. It gets into the Platonic idea of the transcendentals, of where you find truth, you also find beauty and goodness. And so the study of sacred geometry can be an inner voyage of discovery, but it can also be used as a lens to explore the universe outside. So it's really amazing in that regard. And it can also unlock whole vistas of creativity for you. The more you work with geometry, the more it transforms your consciousness, and the more it activates you. So in this course, to get there, to unlock those doors, we have to work step by step. And in the first chapter, we're going to build up some essential skills, like bisecting a segment or bisecting an angle, drawing a parallel or a perpendicular. These are things you may have learned in school, but we have to revisit them now and to build up these building blocks of how we can work with geometry. And then you'll learn how to divide segments and how to construct regular polygons. And all of these skills are entertaining and interesting ways of working with geometry. And it's something you have to experience. It's not so much an intellectual exercise as something that you have to do for yourself. So in this course, you can do it with a straight edge and a compass on paper, or you can do it using the free app. Either way, you'll be able to explore geometry, but the essential thing is not just to watch me do it, but to do it for yourself also. That's where it will actually transform you. And once we build up these basic skills, we can actually get into the sacredness and experiencing the sacredness of geometry. When you start to see how the golden ratio is connected with squaring the circle and the 3, 4, 5 triangle and the proportions of the moon and the earth, and how all of that is encoded in the Great Pyramid. And it goes on and on. So hopefully this course will act as a entry point for you into exploring not only your inner world, but also the outer world, in exploring the mysteries of physics and how fine artists have encoded these geometries in their works, and how cities are often designed using specific geometries. So all of this is available to you should you go down this road of exploring sacred geometry. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive in.